Y'all see what it is? This is Stu Live Crew pop-up with your boys, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, and the Hall of Famer himself. I don't know which Hall of Fame to call it first. The South Carolina one, the high school one, the Georgia Tech one. I mean, he's in several Hall of Fames, but the Hall of Famer himself, Joe Hamilton, hanging out with the Stews. Happy Friday at 5 for you good folks, and thank y'all for pulling up. If you pulled up, please make sure you let your friends know that we're here and they can come and join us. Dougie, good afternoon, sir. How you doing, man?
Fantastic, man. Joe Ham, what the deal, baby?
Man, I'm doing outstanding, brother. It's the time of that year.
I got to get you back on that golf course, man. I haven't seen you on that golf course for a minute.
No, you don't want him out there right now. You don't want him out there right now.
Oh, you've been
That's
playing.
a good thing or bad thing, Stu, for him or for me? I'm not swinging it well at all, and my confidence is not there.
Right. That's right. You don't want him out there at all right now. We was at his house. We was at his house a couple of weeks ago watching a Georgia Tech game, and we went out back just talking, messing around. We pulled the clubs out, dropped a few golf balls down in the yard. Joe hit the ball, and the ball went behind him inside the house.
I know better than that. I know better than that. I know better than that.
Hey, Doug,
there's no
tad bit of exaggeration.
There's no
a tad bit of exaggeration, but he's pretty close on to I can't hit the ball straight right now.
All right, so we're gonna get into it in a minute. But what you in the South Carolina Hall of Fame too?
Yeah, Doug. I'm in a lot of those guys, man. Actually, Doug, I'm in
so
5 of them, Doug.
You're so humble.
I'm in 5 of them, Doug. And I take
Doug.
pride.
One of the most humble people I know in the world.
Wow. Okay, so what year did you go in the South Carolina Sports Hall of Fame, and who went in with you? Do you remember?
I went in, I think 2021, one of the last ones that I went into, Doug, and that one, it didn't hurt, but I'm like, hey, yo, South Carolina. I'm in the College Football Hall of Fame, the Georgia Tech Hall of Fame, Atlanta, the Georgia sports, all those type things. What happened to you guys, man? That's the thing, and I want to pride myself on as being a South Carolina Hall of Fame. So I went in with Woody Dantzler. I went in with Jermaine O'Neal, and our guest speaker who really plays, really graced us with her presence. Dawn Staley was there as an honorary guest. So
that's a good ass class.
Wait. There was one more person that was there. One more person.
Oh, and the Stu Live. One live Stu.
Your boy.
Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. You're in the South Carolina Athletic?
No. I was a guest of Mr. Joseph Hamilton as he was going in. Me, Porsche, Angelo Snyder. Yeah, we were there. I
asked him who.
Uh-oh. All right, we'll give Doug a second to reset. Yeah. And when you cut people off like I cut Doug off, you can easily think, oh, wait a minute. He is insinuating that he too is in the South Carolina Hall of Fame. No, not yet.
Hey, you know what? That's one thing about it, Stu, and just real quick. One of those things that when you are boys and when you play a team sport like football, and when you have a lot of coaches, different coaches and family members, man, when you get into one of those things, everybody gets in. Everybody gets in. I forgot who made that speech in the Hall of Fame when, like, hey, Mom, we're in. Hey, Dad, we're in. I don't remember who exactly did that, but you are in because we all do this thing, man.
Dwayne Wade and his dad.
Yes.
He did that with his dad. It was Dwayne Wade.
Absolutely, man. And I tell you, man, I'm honored, man. I'm honored. And, Clemson and South Carolina took a lot of pressure off of me, Doug, because they kind of took the scholarship away from me that I didn't have to choose, be a Gamecock or be a Tiger. And I was able to get out there and be a Yellow Jacket. So I still got love from the Gamecocks and the Tigers. And the Bulldogs, too. Shout out to Doug Stewart.
Yeah. South Carolina State. Yeah.
Two quick things. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, 2 Live Stews. Stews crew pop-up going down live at 5. We're going to hit one topic tonight, maybe a couple of variations or a couple of addendums to said topics, but it shouldn't be long. 2 quick things, Joe. We'll move on while we're talking about the Hall of Fame. You know why they delayed you? Because you didn't play at South Carolina and or Clemson. That's why you didn't go in immediately, okay?
Yes.
And the second thing, are you in the Macedonia High School Hall of Fame?
What?
I'm not, Stu, and there are reasons for that, I think.
Whoa. Stop. I hate to interrupt you.
Yes.
There is not a Macedonia High. There is a Macedonia High School athletic.
No, there's not.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why it's not, I graduated in 95. Courtney Brown and his class of 96 was the last Macedonia class, and then shortly thereafter, it combined, or St. Stephen,
That's right.
and everything.
That's right.
Timberland High School. So that's the reason. So
retroactively, Timberland hadn't put you in their athletic Hall of Fame?
They probably don't have one yet.
That's a great question. And if somebody was to ask, would I want to be in it, I would respectfully decline unless somebody else is going into it, because Timberland doesn't have the same ring. It wouldn't even sound good to you, Doug. It wouldn't sound good to you, Doug. I would rather be in the Macedonia Hall of Fame or none of all.
By the way, you just mentioned a name, Courtney
Brown.
Courtney Brown, who was the #1 pick in the draft.
Yes.
Like, I always say, man, it's unbelievable that out of that small, y'all got one light. We talked about it before. Y'all have one light. And to have the first pick in the NFL draft, to have the guy that should have won the Heisman Trophy came in second, all from a town with literally one light, and they really don't need that light. A stop sign would do. A stop sign would do. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
A four-way stop.
Right. Yeah. It, like over there in Schuylerville. Okay.
Yes.
Phenomenal, man. Talent comes from that area, man, and very, very proud of y'all guys, man. Always have been.
No doubt about it. The joke from Alvin, South Carolina was that if you're going to Moncks Corner, which you guys are the next city over, you better not have less than a quarter of a tank in the gas tank, because you might be stopping on the side of the road and getting that red can out and putting some gas in the car.
Right.
It's your boy, Stu Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, joined by Joe Hamilton for a Stews Crew pop-up live at 5. Hit a quick topic. Several things to talk about, guys, but we're only talking about one. A good friend of mine sent me a video of a podcaster talking with none other than what should be the future Heisman 2024 Heisman Trophy winner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that being Travis Hunter, should be him. If you guys disagree, please say so we can talk about that before we get into the video. But I think you guys are in agreement. We won't hold people up any longer. Let's get into today's live at 5 and play this video and have a little conversation. Hit that thing for me, Dread.
The question that a lot of your fans would like to know, Colorado fans would like to know that, and whatever the opposing team is going to be, they would like to know. Are you playing in the bowl game, brother?
No, I quit yesterday.
It's over with.
Yeah, it's over.
Damn, that's the last time we see you in a Buff uniform last week?
Yeah, that was the last time. They got to pay me about $5 million for me to play.
What the collective guys at? Who got the check?
They got to pay him about $5 million for him to play. Now, y'all, whoever want to go first, go ahead and go first. But I want y'all's thoughts on what you just heard, your thoughts and or feelings. If this leads to an NIL conversation, if this leads to a portal conversation, I'm fine. Please, somebody take the floor and share your thoughts.
Let's set the record straight before. I want to hear Joe first, obviously. Let's set the record straight. Is that real?
Well, okay, very good, Doug. Thank you, Doug.
Because in this day and time of AI and everything,
right.
I don't know if I believe that.
Before the conversation, let's put this out there. We have not verified this source. We don't know if it's a real podcast. We don't know if it's AI. We don't know if it's Inspector Deck. We don't know if it's Danny Ford. We have no idea.
Whoa. What am I here for?
Well,
that's what I do. I research. I make sure that it's the real. I'm not finna play it if it's not real.
Okay.
I've done my homework. It's not AI. Okay. It's a real show. It's the Overtime Show. I don't know the host's name, but it is his show. And Travis Hunter was on the show earlier this week.
First and foremost, good evening and good afternoon to the great Naughty Dread. Thank you for producing the show, creating this studio, and putting this on. Thank you very much. So what we're talking about, the little clip you just played that we're about to talk about is real, certifiably real. Joe, you got the floor.
Yeah, I love Travis Hunter, what he's displayed, no doubt about it. He is the Heisman Trophy winner, in my opinion. He's capping. He's got to be capping. And the reason why I say that, like the young folks say, the reason why I say that is because that would immediately be, to me, out of character. Mm-hmm. It's out of character. Mm-hmm. This guy from Collins Hill, Georgia, Collins Hills High School right here in Georgia, he loves football. He can fit right in Macedonia. He can fit right in Alvin, South Carolina for the love of the game. Throw me a football wherever we play. Is it green grass? Let's go out there and play. And that's, on display every Saturday about playing both ways. There is no way, in my humble opinion, that Travis Hunter is not playing in the bowl game. Now, he might be a little truthful about wanting some more money, but regardless, I think this guy is going to play in the bowl game, and he's going to take pride in playing in the bowl game.
Dougie?
I 100% agree. Doesn't seem like something he would do, but at the same time, I'm not saying that I'm mad at him if he didn't. I mean, because it is what it is. In today's game, the economics of the game, he's got a lot on the line. He's showing everybody what he could do, really, since he was at Jackson State. There's really no need to play in this bowl game. If we're talking about a shot for a national championship, I understand, but they don't have a shot for the national championship. So I'm not mad at him no matter what he does.
Joe?
Yes.
Hey, you swallowed for a second, man? You all right?
I'm trying to figure out the way I want to attack this situation, because Joe and I talk about these things all the time. You and I, Dougie, talk about these things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, Doug mentioned the word economics. Tell me what you think I'm going to say in 5 or 6 seconds. Tell me what you think I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm out of here. There's no doubt about money is first, and you want that money. You're going to protect everything to get that money, and I do not wholeheartedly disagree with that. You gave me 5 seconds, but I would like to say that economics is not going to come up with me. It's not going to come up with me in this circumstance. Doug said a lot is on the line. Newsflash, there's always been something on the line.
Right.
So one game away, one game to go to the go to the NFL, guys, he's going to tear his ACL. He's going to have something dislocated.
It's
all
possible.
of a sudden, yeah, it's a chance. It's an opportunity. I mean, it's a risk.
Right.
But man, we've been living in the risk of playing football, playing 130 plays a game. That's a risk.
Right.
And I add on to this right quick, Stu. I add this to it.
Well, the 130 players you're talking about is Travis Hunter playing on both sides of the ball in one ball game. You're not talking about a player that's playing in 2 ball games, because typically there's 60 to 70 plays ran offensively and defensively. So that's why you said 100. Okay, you said 130 because he plays both ways in one game.
And also to add to that risk factor, I also saw a highlight of Travis Hunter playing pickup basketball. We called it at Georgia Tech the SAC, the college gym,
the student athletic complex.
There you go, and he was balling, dunking, shooting J's, crossing over guys. So that's a risk of turning your ankle. So this guy is an athlete. This guy loves playing, and yes, he might. Who's he listening to? Is it an agent? Is it somebody telling them, save this money? Yeah, right. Perhaps. But again, man, one game to go out there and play this game you love? No, not a way. And my child would be advised to, hey, go play the game you love, my brother.
Which that might be the case here very soon, from what I understand.
Well, we're going to talk about that too. Live at 5 on a Friday. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Two Live Stews Experience every Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m. And, of course, Stewart Media and Entertainment has tons of programming and content for you at Two Live Stews, YouTube.com, as well as Two Live Stews, Facebook.com. View it at your viewing pleasure whenever time allows. Before I go into my spiel about this topic, I want you guys to go in the same order. Joe first, Doug second. Same thing for Travis Hunter is in existence for Shedeur Sanders. People are talking about him being the #1 pick in this year's 2025 NFL draft. If you're Shedeur, are you playing in the Colorado Buffaloes bowl game? Joe, I'll hear you first.
Yes, absolutely I'm playing in it. Man, you know what? One thing about it, you played 12 games. That's scripted. You're guaranteeing those games. You're not guaranteed a bowl game unless you go out there and you produce and you win games. I get it. It's an add-on. It's really nothing at stake. Pride. Making sure that this Colorado resurgent is back where you want it to be, going off on a high note, leading this team. But I would want to say this. If that thought came across Shedeur Sanders or Travis Hunter, that if I play, if I don't play, if that even came in their mind, I would advise them not to play. If you're going out there and you're not practicing these 3 weeks before the bowl game and going and lifting weights and taking it real serious like you would take a regular game and your last game on earth playing the game of football, don't go out there, because that's when injuries occur. If you all in, like I think these guys are all in, they are going to play, and I can't wait to see them play. And I add on this to it as well. If they get that advice from Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, he's already said what he wants to do. He's already said that. He said that his guys are going to finish what they started, and not Shador Sanders and not Travis Hunter coming back next year, but the momentum what you can gain from a bowl game and playing in a bowl game and winning in a bowl game goes, it transforms or it leaks into the next season. But I'm not a guy that fear injury. But how can I present this quick question? How could any of those guys, Travis Hunter or Shador Sanders, hurt their draft stock if they play in this bowl game? I don't think they can.
No,
Dougie?
I agree. I agree with that. Once again, I mean, it's the same answer as before. I don't, no matter what they decide to do, it's fine. And Shador, same thing, same boat. Them guys have played a ton of football, at Jackson State once again and at Colorado. They've got plenty of tape. Everybody knows what they can do. And at the end of the day, man, it's about the money. It's about, generational wealth that those guys are about to embark upon. And I'm not mad at them no matter what they do. And a lot of people, want them to play that are affiliated with the schools and the colleges because they benefit from it.
Right.
The TV network's going to benefit if Travis Hunter plays as opposed to Travis Hunter doesn't play, and Shador doesn't play. So at the end of the day, it's all about money. The networks, the schools, everybody's, concerned about money, how they can make the most money. And with those guys, they're going to make more money because it's going to be more marketing opportunity for the networks.
Your boys, Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, joined by the Hall of Famer himself, Joe Hamilton.
I got a question I want to ask y'all, but go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Yep. I got to put my thoughts in here, man. I am beyond disappointed in both of y'all. Joe, you, Doug, you. And the only person I'll be more disappointed in than you two saps is
Damn, a sap.
Deion Sanders, if he doesn't go to those kids and tell them, thank you for all you've done for me. Not just this year and this season, not just last year, not for following me and coming to Colorado. JSU, thank y'all for all of it. And because of what y'all have done, and because of how y'all have balled, y'all are done. Deion Sanders himself should not be expecting his son or Travis Hunter to play in no meaningless bowl game for Colorado. Y'all answer me this.
That's not leadership.
Y'all answer me this. Y'all answer me this. Y'all answer me this.
That's not leadership.
What in the world does Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter owe Colorado University? What do they owe the Colorado Buffaloes?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, a second ago you said finishing the drill, Joe.
Yes.
Their drill is finished. Their drill is finished. I'm surprised they played in the last game. Joe, they've had.
What do you mean? They still had a shot for the playoffs in the last game.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, 100%. You are correct.
Okay.
And
you are
sitting
correct.
out against Ohio State is not finishing the drill, Mr. Stewart, because you have 12 games. I understand what you're saying about the bowl game,
Now,
but
you don't
you
mean
sign
Ohio
up for
State.
12 games. You got to finish that drill as far as playing the regular season.
For Shador, if Deion wants him to play because their family is already filthy rich, I understand. Shador, whether he goes to the NFL or not, will never ever need a penny from anybody in this world. He'll never have to work for anybody. None of them folks with the last name Sanders will ever have to worry about the grind.
Yes.
But if Deion Sanders loves Travis Hunter as much as he tells us every single time he gets behind a microphone, there's no way he's going to tell Travis to go play in some meaningless bowl game to Travis Hunter.
So you're saying
yes, it means something to Colorado. It should mean something to Colorado.
So you're
but them
saying,
boys ain't got a damn thing to do with Colorado or the Buffaloes in Colorado.
so
You
you're saying,
don't sound like an athlete.
so you're saying if Travis and Shador come to Deion and say, I want to play, we want to play, Deion should tell them don't play?
Deion Sanders, not the coach, but Deion Sanders, not the player. Mm-hmm. Deion Sanders, not the man, but Deion Sanders, the mentor. Deion Sanders, the realist. Deion Sanders, the guy that has walked in those players' shoes, should say, hey, man, There's no way I want y'all to play. And I'll say this again. If he wants to put Shador out there because Shador never has to worry about another penny the rest of his life, I get it. But Travis, Deion, how much you love him? How much you love him? Because to me, I've heard everybody talk about how he doesn't come from much.
Yeah.
How much you love him?
Right.
When did this start?
If you time out. If you really love him, protect him, Deion. If you really love him, turn your head from being the head coach to being the mentor and the guy that you want to help these guys be better men, help them be their best selves.
Yeah.
Listen, why have I been saying Deion Sanders won't go pro? I've been saying that because mentorship is his ministry. He's not going to be able to go pro and mentor them grown men at that level. They're not going to want to hear what he got to say outside of telling them what to do when they're at work. But these college kids, listen to Travis talk about Deion. He idolizes and worships the ground that Deion Sanders walks on.
So
if that's the case, that guy should be protecting him, telling him that this game means nothing for your college career or your future. Shut it down.
No, and no. And again, I would say this, and you don't sound like a leader at all. A mentor, first and foremost, a mentor like Doug was alluding to, say, guys, how do you feel about this ball game? How do you feel about playing in the last game of your career? How do you feel, Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders? You've never been to a bowl game before, and I'm sure you guys kind of want that experience of getting a swag bag. Or no, you got NIL. Do they really need swag bag? I'm sure they don't. But
Right.
What about the experience of going and playing another opponent, playing in another city, going to a bowl game, which a lot of people grow up wanting to play in the bowl game? No, it's not the national championship. No, it's not the college football playoff, but it's another game, another experience that you haven't experienced before. All those things that can be happen, and that's what I would allude to. If Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders came to me, Coach Prime, as a coach, mentor, leader, and say they don't want to play, I take everything you say, Stu, in account. But I'm not going to tell them not to play the game they love playing with their teammates, want to ride and die and finish it off with some of the offensive linemen and some of the guys that they have dreams with. No, I don't agree with that, my brother.
Dougie, you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
No, you pretty much echoed everything I said. I think that playing for an opportunity to play for a national championship is a totally different conversation than where they're at right now. So if Deion, who's really his entire life has been about the money, Deion's been a hired gun everywhere he's been.
That's on my note sheet to say ain't nothing. He had a rap video talking about must be the money. Are you kidding me?
So he's been a hired gun his entire life. Like I said before, I'll just reiterate. He pulls them boys aside, says, do y'all want to play? If y'all want to play, that's great. If y'all don't want to play, that's great. I'm going to support both.
Listen, man.
I got a quick question. Though, guys.
That's the conversation that he needs to have with them.
Okay.
How in playing this game, and I totally agree with the national championship and about the money, but how
it's not for a national championship.
No,
Stop it.
I
You
understand
know
what
it's
you're
not
saying.
for a national championship. This game don't mean a goddamn thing. Y'all both know that.
Right, but how would playing this game for both of those guys mess up the money?
Well, I mean, they could get hurt. I mean,
Right.
it probably
You mean a career ending? Career?
Yes.
Oh, come.
Yes.
I mean, it's a very small % chance, obviously.
Yes.
But you never know.
We
you don't
see
want to be
a player.
You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be the example for the guy that wanted to go out and play and then receive some type of career-threatening injury. You don't want to be that guy.
We see a player or two deal with it every year. And now you want to act like it's not a reality. Real quick. My mother.
It's actually my mother, too. It's our mother.
I got to talk to you about that, Doug. I know some stuff you don't know, man. And we shouldn't do it here, but we'll do it offline. Look at the screen, Doug.
Go ahead.
Look at the camera, please.
Go ahead.
Please look at the camera, Doug. Doug, please look at the camera.
I'm not looking at you. Go ahead.
Let's talk about it offline, Doug.
Speak your piece.
My mother told me years ago, charity starts at home. That's why I put Shador and Travis Hunter in 2 different boats and sent them out in two different directions because Travis's situation is not Shadour's situation. Them Sanders turn ain't got to grind if they don't want to. Now, second part. Travis Hunter is already living in an 8,000 square foot home that he's purchased in Denver, Colorado. Why is he needing to play in this game that is not going to contribute to his bottom line, which is money? Y'all got to be kidding me. Travis Hunter is more susceptible and at risk to injury than everybody else that we've ever talked about in the world of sports, especially college football, because no one else has ever done in the history of this game what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
This mofo has played 110 plus snaps in more than 3 games this year. What's he trying to prove playing that one more game that don't mean anything?
Want to. There's a distinct difference, in my opinion, than need to, which you're trying to allude to, and that's not the case. What about want to? I'm not shutting that guy down. That guy is not going to resent me. That guy is not going to look at me and say, I wish I should have, could have down the road because I held him out. I don't want to go too far, but against his will, against his passion to go out and play that one more game, and he wants to play that one more game, I'm not going to do that. Now, again, if he says in my office, knock, 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 hey, coach, help me out here. I'm on the fence. I'm thinking about playing or not playing. What would you do? What would you advise me to do? And you genuinely care about that guy, that you're getting that advice from, that he's going to have your best interest in mind. Yeah, you take that and you weigh your options. But I believe it's just like we talking about his character, Shadour's character, those guys that's been playing football all their lives are not going to say one game away, I call it scared money. I'm not going to play because I might get injured. Nah, they don't think that way.
Let me ask you a question. You're right. They probably don't think that way, but let me ask y'all a question. Same situation, same scenario, same money on the line, same draft prospect. But 30 years ago, would Deion play this game or no?
Hell no. You out of your damn mind.
Prime time.
You out of your damn mind.
Prime time.
Which is which again,
Deion
No,
would not
he's not
play this
playing
game.
it. No, he's not playing it.
He's not
which
playing this game.
again is the premise I started my conversation with. Real quick. I started with, I don't believe Deion hadn't sat them boys down and said, y'all are done.
And you know what? That might come. That might come in the next couple of days. That
Wait a
might
minute,
come.
hold on.
That
Hold
might
on.
come out.
Hold on, Dread. Naughty Dread is ringing the doorbell. Let me bring the Dread in here real quick. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Dread, what's up, baby?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, and I think Joe kind of alluded to the answer. I got 2 questions, but the first one is, should, outside of Travis Hunter, should star college players consider not playing bowl games unless they're being paid a certain amount to play in said game, considering they're going to the NFL
I like
in a
that.
few months?
I like that. You said 2
Naughty.
things. What's the second thing? You said 2 things. Dread.
And the second thing is, these college players with NIL deals and things like that going out of control, is the NCAA going to have to end up having colleges get these kids contracts, 3-year, 4-year deals that's going to tell them what they're going to do in said contract? You're going to play in this bowl game. You're going to be at this school for 2-3 years at least before you can move forward.
I love it, Dread. Appreciate you popping in, Dread.
Yeah, they're going
Who
to try
wants to
to
go
get
first?
some type of legislation like that.
It's going to be regulated. It's going to be
but,
regulated.
I think they're going to try, but I think the horse is out of the barn, man. Like, we ain't never going back to, those kids play their hearts out and don't get nothing. That's never, ever coming back again.
What's the wide receiver's name that played with the Saints and Sean Payton? Played in Buffalo his last year, I believe. A real good wide receiver. He's on ESPN from time to time and on FS1 from time to time. Dark-skinned dude. I can't think of his name, and it upsets me. But I heard or saw a video of him earlier this week where he made the comment, he's got a mentee. He's a former All-Pro, a wide receiver. He's got a mentee that has been offered $750,000 for 1 year from a school.
Yeah.
Yeah, times have changed, man.
Y'all can't start to tell me that with these kids coming straight out of high school being offered $750,000 for one season, y'all can't tell me that you want Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders to risk it all on a bowl game versus a versus a team that it ain't no rival, it ain't no team in their conference. It's on a neutral field. It ain't gonna do nothing for the school. Y'all can't tell me that with the type of money that these people are talking about and these kids are getting, y'all want them to keep playing for free in a bowl game.
No, you're not
Y'all
playing for
can't
free.
tell me that.
You're not playing for free. You're just playing for pride. You're playing the game. You're playing a football game. Stu, why can't you see that you're playing a football game? Now, I agree with you. It is a risk. But why are you not just playing the football game? Those guys know how to play the football game.
It's not just a football game.
Now, again, if you're going to hate
It's not just a football game.
What,
It's not.
What do you mean?
Not,
It's a
no,
bowl
it's
game.
No, it's an opportunity for their careers to be ended. It ain't just a football game. Football season ended last week.
Joe,
Football season ended last week. Football is over. Their careers at Colorado is done. They're not coming back. They don't owe them anything. Their debt has been paid. It's not just a football game.
What you say, Doug? I mean,
it's a chance for them to provide. It's a chance for them to provide for the legacy after the legacy after the legacy. That's why I put Shedeur in one boat and Travis in another. Y'all can't possibly want Travis Hunter to go out there and risk his great grandkids' money. Y'all can't possibly want.
Yeah. Well, Shedeur Sanders. Hey, I mean, Travis Hunter. He's in two boats right now. He's already bought two boats. He's in a 5-6 bedroom house now. So he's getting money now. It ain't the idea where you leaving to get money like they used to do a few years back before NIL. He has money now. He's not dead broke, just living on peanut butter sandwiches. So again, I'm just gonna tell you, man, I'm a firm believer. How passionate you are about get out of here and make sure you secure the bag. I'm just as passionate to let these guys go ahead and finish it off with their brothers in the locker room. If they want to. I must reiterate to you, if they want to, I'm not going to stop them. Man, and I remember just, I'm going to piggyback off of your points, Stu. Jalen Smith.
Real quick, Joe, remember what you're going to say, Jalen Smith. It is the Two Last Dudes experience, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Chat room is crazy. I've been looking at the chat room. Chat room is crazy, okay? I don't know if we're going to have time to read chat, but thank y'all so much for being here and for participating. Go ahead, Joe.
Jalen Smith, man, a few years back, man, lost millions of dollars. To your point, he lost millions of dollars because he was the linebacker for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and they played in the Fiesta Bowl, and he shattered his knee. And later on, he was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, and he had to sit out that entire year, but he got drafted in the second round. And then 2 years after that, Christian McCaffrey sat out of his bowl game because he didn't want to play, and it ended up working out well for them. So I understand and I get it. You can lose money by doing it. But that's just the risk you're going to have to take by playing or sitting out. To each his own. My whole point is that I'm not egging anybody not to play because football means that much to me. That locker room and finishing off with my brothers that I started off in August means something to me. Bottom line. And I don't think that those guys, with that less than 5% can mess up their bag, mess up their money by playing in this bowl game.
So I wish we had the audio of the shows we did 20 years ago. Like, first year we did the show was 2001. In 2002, we were saying this stuff about how the players were getting cheated and the schools are making all the money and how unfair the whole thing was. I wish we could pull those tapes and replay them for the world because everything we're saying right now, we literally said this and we got scoffed at. What y'all boys, West Durham just laughed at us. How dare y'all say something like that?
Facts.
And now it's all come to fruition. Let me ask y'all a question. Joe, your junior year, before you went to your senior year, were you kind of like, did you have a good junior year where the next year coming up, you were highly anticipated to be in the run for a Heisman Trophy and you were going to play in the NFL? I don't remember.
That's funny you asked that. The bowl game that previous year against Notre Dame, where we were able to do some great things. I had an outstanding game, MVP of that game. That catapulted that into that season. Let's go ahead and put this guy up for the Heisman. He might be in the running, or he might be one of the best players in the nation. That helped out a lot.
So let me throw this out there, and I kind of threw this out at Ryan a couple of days ago.
Real quick, Doug, Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Live Stews Experience. However, this is a Stews Crew pop-up live at 5. Go ahead, Doug.
Can you imagine? You had that game against Notre Dame your junior year. Can you imagine the NIL deal the University of South Carolina or Clemson would make for you to come play for them, your final year?
That's right.
Can you imagine the deal that they would have offered you, the check they would have slid across the table for you to come play your final year back in South Carolina?
Look at this damn thing. Look at this damn thing from a more broad spectrum. Look at this thing from a wider range of view. Don't just look at this thing myopically. Look at this thing in a grand scheme.
Yeah, this is the same thing I said to this guy a couple of days ago. Like, to have y'all, both of y'all, in that situation come back for your senior year, your highly anticipated senior year. I know Ryan, based on everything we're seeing right now, we talk about $500,000 for Ryan. $500,000 for Ryan. This big high-profile game against Notre Dame your junior year. $500,000 to $1 million for you. $500,000 to $1 million to you. What?
Real quick, why are you talking about that, Doug? Why you mentioning that?
This ain't no just dream. This is reality based on what's going on today. Joe, these boys getting broke off.
Remember what you're going to say, Joe, okay? And you're seeing now, we've got a former teammate, Derek Shepard. His son started off at the University of Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. After 1 year, having a decent year, he left, went to the University of Alabama, UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. Had an incredible year. Guess what? 2 days after his last game at UAB, he puts out a post saying, I am beyond honored and thankful for everything that's taking place at UAB. But I'm getting in the portal for year 3. You know why he's getting in the portal?
Talk to me.
Because he balled out again.
Yeah.
And clearly, him and his daddy talked to UAB. We can get Shep on the line and talk about it and find out exactly what it. We need to do that.
There's a difference.
But clearly, he realizes that his market, because of his play, has grown. And there's another check. So as good as UAB has been to him and the coaching, because Shep mentioned how good the coaching was for his career, as good as that's been, there's greener pastures on the other side. I can make more money for another opportunity, probably at a bigger and better school because I balled here. Y'all got to be kidding me if you're telling me a game that don't matter, a bowl game for Colorado, is going to make these kids throw all their opportunities away. It is always about the bottom line, the money.
I want Nadia to do a quick search. I wonder how much Cam Ward got to come to Miami from Washington State.
All right.
It's the valuation, Doug, though.
Yeah.
It's the valuation, Doug, that they don't necessarily put the exact amount on it. But you best believe he got paid a lot of money with the booster. I forgot Shapiro and those guys that were giving out a lot of money, man. Right. So, but again, man, I can't wait for you guys, my friends, to chop it up in about a year and a half when Skylar has to make this decision, because this is how I go. There is a difference to me. There is a slight difference, but it really not a hill of beans to me. The difference.
I'm gonna make you eat these words. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I'm gonna go.
So you let's paint the picture. You just mentioned Skylar. A lot of people don't know your son.
Very good, Doug. Very good.
Plays quarterback in high school football here in Georgia.
Being recruited
already. Obviously, because of the last name and the relationship, you being his dad, is probably going to be a big-time recruit by the time he's ready to come out, right?
Yeah, he's going to be a big-time recruit. He just won Region Player of the Year. Shout out to him. He's been working hard. But again, I'm going to advise. I'm going to consult with him the right way. I don't see the difference, Doug. I know what your brother's going to say, but I don't see the difference between, well, there is a difference, but just me as far as happiness, between $1 million and $800,000. Mm-hmm. To me, that $200,000 that you want, I would make that up with happiness. I would make that up with where I want to be. I would make that up in loving the coach and development. I would make that up in success with winning and losing. For example, Ryan Stewart. For example, if Liberty offers me $1 million and Liberty's quarterback just left Liberty to get a raise, but I say a raise in college. That's funny to say.
But Liberty guy.
Yeah, Liberty is paying out NIL as well. If my son was offered $1 million to go to Liberty, as opposed to offered $800,000 to go to say, hey,
Michigan,
UNC, not Tech, UNC.
Right.
I'm choosing UNC, and I'm gonna leave that $200,000 on the table.
Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead, Doug.
I'm gonna make just for the happiness of that $200 is not all be all to me, and that's my case.
Right.
Go ahead, Doug.
Well, in the example, if they offer me $500 more, I'm taking it. They can offer me $500.
Damn right.
Matter of fact, they can offer me $50 more.
Damn right.
Nah, I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, it's all you got to put it all in perspective. You're talking about a big time program and a Power 5 conference compared to an FCS school. Yeah, I mean, maybe that $200,000 difference isn't that big of a deal. I get what you're
Another
saying.
quick example, Doug. Another quick example that's real relevant here.
Joe, before you remember the example. Please remember the example. Please remember the example. But Doug, you started off with the right answer that you used in radio for 15 years.
Yeah, no, I still feel that way.
There were several examples of players that went places for less money, and you would always berate me about explaining to you why they went for less money. Maybe they like the city. Maybe they got a girlfriend there. Maybe I don't know what it is. But I don't believe you just acquiesce to what Joe is saying about. You understand?
No, I didn't acquiesce to what Joe said. The numbers he was talking about ain't that big of a difference. The numbers we were talking about in this conversation were millions and millions more than what one team was offering based on another.
The numbers in the building. What's up, Drew?
And the number Cam Ward got, considering Miami is an Adidas school, and so he got an Adidas deal. He's valued about $2.1 million in NIL deal this year.
Lord have mercy.
1 year?
Lord have mercy.
1 year, Dredd?
1 year.
Y'all better stop it. So, Joe, when Skylar gets offered $1 million to play
that's probably going to happen. That's probably going to happen.
This is a reality, and the Stews are speaking it into existence. But the kid is balling. I've seen the film. I already know he's going to get this opportunity. You and I have already talked about this years ago.
Yes.
Okay? I'm not going to get into details about that conversation because it's too personal, but let me say what I was about to say. When Skylar gets offered $1 million to play at a school that y'all don't care for, but the school that he wants to go to is offering him half of that, $600,000, because they know they want him to go there. You gonna tell your son to do what he want to do? No, you're not. You gonna tell him to call Uncle Stu, and I'm gonna tell him why he needs to take that $1 million.
Oh no, because that's transfer portal waiting to happen. That's miserable waiting to happen. Misery. I'm sorry. Misery waiting to happen.
Where's the misery when you're making $1 million? Ain't no misery.
Hey, Stu, don't act like that, man. We've known a lot of people that went for more money and end up being miserable. End up talking that I wish I had taken less to win. Winning or losing makes you miserable. I don't care how much money you got. You can lose and be miserable. I'm telling you, man. No. Listen, the only thing that's off limits to Skylar, and I'll weigh everything, is to wear that red and that G on the side of his helmet. The Bulldogs can be offering $70 million. Now I have to think about that.
Right, I'm about to say. So Bulldogs NIL collective, Bulldog Collective says we got $4 million for you this year, and Georgia Tech Collective says we got $2 million. You want to let him put on that G?
That's not a hard conversation.
No, sir. Not right now. I won't.
Shame on you,
Joe.
Not right now.
Hey, Joe, real quick. I just mentioned Derek Shepard's son, and I probably should have called him and talked to him about it before doing that.
Yeah.
But I just talked about how he was at Cincinnati and went from Cincinnati to UAB. UAB is not a better program than Cincinnati.
No.
Why you think he went to UAB?
Money.
And now he's leaving UAB. Why? Why you think he's leaving UAB?
Money.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you
like
think he would
time.
leave? You think he would leave any of those schools if he was happy at those schools?
Yeah, he probably.
Joe,
was
you don't know.
happy.
You don't know if he's happy or not.
No, I'm asking a question. I don't.
Man, I don't give a damn about being happy if I could get generational wealth.
No,
No.
that's not accurate. I don't think you want to be happy,
Thank
but,
you.
but why do we think he wasn't happy?
I'm not saying that, Doug. I'm not saying
Right,
that because
right.
I agree that it might have been better. Because Shep, our boy,
Y'all
we
kidding
know
me.
Shep.
What-
He do his due diligence. He's
y'all
going to
gotta be
research
kidding
the
me.
right way. I firmly believe that. So I'm not saying that. It's all an upgrade, and they research, and it's a better
Okay.
situation for him. No doubt about it. But goodness, man.
Before the 90s Red plays the second part of the video, because he just texted me and told me there's another part he needs to play. Let me just say, we're going to talk to Derek Shepard and get their thought process and understand why his son in 2 years has played for 2 schools, and after completing year 2 is going to school 3. We're
mean-
going to bring him on and we're going to talk to him to get his thought process to find out the all of the
Backstory.
backstory with why they're doing what they've done the last 3 years.
Nadia, I want to put your work one more time. We've talked about this before, but the quarterback that went to Clemson first, then he went to Oregon. DJ, I can't pronounce his last name.
DJU. Uncle Lele.
Yeah,
Yes,
just you.
yes,
DJU.
Him.
How much do you think Florida State gave him to come from Oregon? And at Oregon, he didn't do phenomenal.
Yeah, Oregon State. Yeah.
Yep.
He went to Oregon
Or-
State, right?
It was Oregon State, the orange and brown team.
Right. I mean, how much do you think Florida State paid him to come down there and suck?
Yeah, a good penny. A good
yeah,
penny.
yeah. I mean, it's the game. The day is totally different than it was 25, 30 years ago.
I don't like that part of the game, Doug. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I do not like that part of the game. And here's why. I can't coach that part of the game.
Right.
Bryce Underwood from Michigan, LSU commit, got $10 million. This is a senior in high school.
Right.
He had, and this went on like 2.5 weeks ago, got $10 million to go to Michigan. So me as a coach in that quarterback room, if I didn't tell that kid, I'm guaranteeing you a chance to win that starting job, I'm in trouble.
Right.
If I promised him that he's going to start when he gets on campus, me as a quarterback coach, I'm in trouble being able to hold my quarterback room together because
Okay.
that doesn't suffice. I can't promise you
Here's
that
the
without
thing.
you competing.
Here's the
Yep.
thing, Joe, and
Yep.
we're going to play this last clip before we get out of here.
Yep.
Here's the thing about it. It's a different day.
Yes.
I would much rather the players get this money,
Damn right.
me being happy
That's
about
right.
my coaching situation, because it's either or. The players don't have to get money, and the coaches and the universities maintain all of the power over them, or these kids, a lot of them coming from impoverished backgrounds, get rich. I mean, it's
So
either or. You can't. The way it's set up right now, you can't have them both. I'm happy the kids getting paid. at
Yes.
the end of
Yes.
the day.
I agree.
listen, we'll wrap up with the video here in a second, but before playing the video, the exact amount that the Florida State Seminoles paid DJU is not reported.
Mm.
But DJU also had an NIL deal while at Oregon that was with Dre, Beats by Dre, where he
Oregon
was
State.
paid $417,000.
Okay.
Mm.
Oregon State, yes. He was paid for not what Oregon State paid him, but just the Beats by Dre deal was $417,000. When he moved from Oregon State to FSU, Beats by Dre added another year to the deal. So whatever the money was from Florida State, he got $400,000, maybe more, from Beats by Dre while going to Florida State. Okay? So all I want to say is this. Y'all got to be kidding me. Joe, you were one of the highest rated players in the state of South Carolina coming out. I was number 3. Like Doug mentioned, I could have easily, at this point in time, 30 years ago, came out and made at least $500,000. You being a quarterback had to be more because I was just a safety.
And I'm gonna tell you, our old man would have not let you pass up on that money.
No way.
Ralph Stewart,
No way.
Ralph
No
Stewart would
way.
come pick you up himself and take you to
Right.
Clemson or
Okay.
Carolina or wherever.
All right. I'm going to challenge everybody that's here to maybe think about doing some chat. But if not, that's okay. But Naughty Dread, please play the other part of the video you mentioned to me.
No, I am playing the bowl game, man. Coach already told them.
So we do get to see you one last time in the Buff uniform.
Yes, Starsky.
Shame on
There it
Deion
is.
Sanders. Shame on Deion Sanders if that kid goes and plays in that damn bowl game. Shame on Deion.
Hey, Stu, take it back, please.
No,
I mean,
no,
take
no,
it back. You
no.
can't be real. You just heard the player. You just heard the athlete. I mean, just take that back, please.
Travis Hunter, if he stands by that statement, is a certified dumbass, in my opinion.
Don't call the man a dumbass. He want to play
Well,
football.
Maybe Deion has told him if something happens, he guarantees him that he will take care of his lifestyle
And
for the rest of his life.
that's another part we forgot to mention too as well.
Maybe Deion has done it. Maybe Deion is so paid, he said, man, Travis, you come on back and play for me in this bowl game because it'll be good for me and my future and our career. I appreciate you. And if you do that and something happens and you don't get drafted, I'll take care of your lifestyle for the rest of your life.
No,
So you blaming this on Prime? You blaming this on Coach Prime? Because again, everything about Travis Hunter has been because of Coach Prime.
I'm not
Jackson
blaming
State,
nobody.
Coach Prime. Colorado, Coach Prime. So it's like he's been listening to Coach Prime. Everything Coach Prime has to say, he's been listening.
Doug, I know you had something you were about to say, but in my heart of heart, if Coach Prime doesn't come and tell this guy, you should not play in this bowl game, he's doing this guy an injustice.
There's a lot of variables. What I was going to say is, I mean, if they play in these bowl games, surely they're going to have a big-ass Lords of London policy put on them anyway.
Agree. I agree.
So they do have that 3% chance of getting a career-ending injury, which is 3%.
Okay, hold on.
They're probably going to get broke off by insurance policy at some point.
Don't move any further. Don't move any further. I had a Lloyd's of London policy for the Senior Bowl I played in. My agent paid somewhere around 20 grand for that Lloyd's of London policy. That Lloyd's of London policy, if I would have been injured in that one game for the Senior Bowl, was going to pay me $1.5 million. The policy ain't worth a damn because they're looking at more than $20-30 million if they get money, if they get paid by the league.
Well, $1.5 million 25 years ago is the equivalent to probably $10 million now.
And
Inflation.
And Stu, tell the whole story now. Tell the whole story. That's always, for our listeners, that's always projected that where you would be drafted and the money you would have made, like Shador and Travis being a top 5 pick, that money is going to correlate to where, or that insurance policy is going to correlate to where they would have gotten drafted.
Well, for the record, I was a first through third draft. I was a first through third grade.
Right.
But
that's top 5 pick. Those two.
They're 1 through 5 picks grade. So the money's going to be a little bit different, but whatever the policy is going to pay is not going to match or surpass what the NFL would pay if they make it to the league and get paid.
Hey,
y'all gotta want them to get paid.
I got to go make the donuts or something kind of like making the donuts, but not actually going to work.
Right.
Joe, what do you think Travis Hunter should do? You think he should play defense or offense?
Woo! Woo!
Here's my thing. Let me throw this in there while we're talking about this. That dude is very slight. His legs are like toothpicks, man.
He's small.
I don't know he can play. It seems like what's the wide receiver for the Eagles?
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith got the same type of bill, so I guess it can work because Devontae Smith is balling. But I really question him playing wide receiver, and then defensively he didn't do a lot, probably because they didn't throw to his side most of the time. Which position you think he should play, wide receiver or DB?
DB, Doug, and this is why I say DB, because I know he's a little smaller than Deion Sanders. Why can't he have a career just like Deion Sanders? Why can't he be a lockdown, don't throw over here like a Revis Island, maybe a Travis Hunter's Island, and then a group or a package each game for him, maybe a reverse, maybe go deep, run the route tree because he's an outstanding wide receiver, but full-time, in my opinion, DB, and have a package or two to make sure you take advantage of his skill set. But it's hard in the NFL to be able to be in that offensive wide receiver room and then go into the defensive room and scheme and the nuances and different game plans. And I know he's been doing it all his life, but that's a whole new cup of tea right there, brother. I say defense.
This has been gold. Now to hit the music. This has been gold. Thank you both very much.
Play my theme music.
It's a Friday afternoon, and I ain't doing a damn thing. I got 3 kids. I'm gonna have a couple beers, watch some sports if I find them on TV. I might take the dog outside and smoke a cigar. I ain't doing nothing today. But I know back in the day when I was like you guys, I was in them streets having a good time, enjoying myself. But this has been gold. Thank you both.
Shouts out to Tree or Naughty, whoever put together that show open. That was fire. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It was good. It was good. Real quick, Doug, A+ to you. Thank you for making time out of a busy day to pull up, talk a little sports, live at 5, Stu pop up. Joe, thank you very much.
Oh, man, come on, man.
You got multiple kids.
Alvin's finest.
Hustling. You got things to do. I really appreciate it. Naughty Dread, it's a Friday evening. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And for everybody in that damn chat room, we're going to find time to read chat when we do this moving forward. I promise. But thank you all. You guys get an A+. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. If you don't know him, you need to find him and show him love. That's all he's showing you. Nothing but love, man. We'll see y'all Monday morning for the 2 Live Stews at 7 a.m. on 2 Live Stews YouTube and 2 Live Stews Facebook.com.
Appreciate it, Ham.
Yes, sir.
Sir. Yeah.